Hey there, so good to see ya. Welcome back to the guide. Let us start animations and skeletons. So, first things first, let's endorse these mods here. Want to give everybody their due. Endorse, endorse, endorse. Very, very good. Okay, now let's create that separator. So let's copy animations and skeletons. Go to the three dots here, create separator, paste, and then OK. Now we are ready. So dynamic animation replacer. This mod dynamically replaces the actor's animations depending on various conditions. Supports most actors, including creatures. Actors and animations added by mods are also supported. No ESP file. Okay, let's download it. To files, and we're going to download the main file. So download. Cool. Let's activate it. Here, click. Good. Alright, EVG animation variants adds variety to existing animations through NPC personality types, conditions, or just randomly. Alright, let's download that. The main file. Download. And then let's install it. And we got a full mod. Let's open up the full mod. We want the full install. Next. Next. Thank you. Thank you. Install. Okay, let's activate that. I know I've installed this before. Come on now. Okay, maybe I didn't. Oh, I was confusing it with EVG conditional idles. Yes. Okay, let's install EVG conditional idles. A few basic hand animated idles that are roughly 9 to 13 seconds long that only play in specific conditions. Let's download it. Download the main file. Good. Let's get that full mod ready. Okay, we want recommended. Next. Next page is just a thank you. Install it. Okay, cookies, conditional, and random animations. This mod adds small hand animated player character exclusive random and or conditional idols to your game, like stroking your hair after taking a bath or holding your hand out for snowflakes. Sounds lovely. So let's go to files. Click on... Okay, that looks like Legendary Edition. Yeah. Okay, so download the main file. And then we shall install it. Let's actually click right download. Yes, yes. Okay, so we got a full mod here. So next, let's open up the full mod here. Go to the next page here. We want Lexy's Legacy of the Dragonborn, of course, and then install it. And then activate it. Alright, Cinematic Dragon Soul Absorption. This mod adds an epic build music and a valiant scream when absorbing dragon souls, ending in a cinematic explosion of power. And there's actually a note here. The default build music and scream option is set to music only solely because I feel that the other options limit the player. You are free to choose whichever option you want. It will not impact the guide in any way. So do what you want, guys. I'm just going to follow the guide for the video though, so let's download it. Click on Files, and download the main file. Let's get that full mod ready, and let's install it. Okay, so music only, build music. Down here, one of the last options in ending music is mixed endings. Very good. Next. So scripted fire explosion. Cool. And at the bottom, floating animation. So choose that. Next. And then none here. Install. Okay, activate it. And let's move on. Dragon Animation Replacer in Special Edition. This mod changes the standing animation for dragons. So there's also an optional file that we're going to be downloading. Standing breath option. Click on Files, and let's download both of these. And since this is an optional file, we're going to install it as a separate mod. Of course. I want to make sure that this is in proper order. So I'm going to click File Time, and there we go. That way they're in order of the however I downloaded it. So let us do the main file first. Click OK. Then the optional file And we're going to make sure it's named differently. In this case, standing breath option. Okay. And let's activate those. Clean that up. Delete install downloads. All right. D13, faster get up, stand up animation vanilla friendly SSE. All right. Yeah, this is a much needed mod. If you've ever played Skyrim before and you got staggered, or not staggered, but you got knocked off your feet, like you faced an enemy that fusrodawed you, yeah, it took an eternity to get back up. This makes it more reasonable. Okay, expressive facial animation male edition. This mod replaces try files for human and elf male face animations. And there's also a female edition, so let's download them. Look at that mug. Okay, let's install it. Okay. Activate it. Now let's download the female version. Bijin Uthgard, looking so charming. Okay, let's install it. Okay, next up, Nemesis, Unlimited Behavior Engine, the successor to Fnis or Phoenix. So let's download the main file. Make sure to install this as a normal mod in Mod Organizer 2. Nemesis Unlimited Behavior Engine.exe needs to be added as an executable within Mod Organizer 2. I will show you how to do that. It's done a little bit differently. So let's download the zip file down here. Or the RAR file. Download the RAR file. Click OK, or save file, then OK. Alright, so let's close that. And then over in Mod Organizer, let's click on install a new mod from an archive. That would be this button here. And then Nemesis Unlimited, open, and we'll leave it as Nemesis, why not? Click OK. Okay, let's go ahead and activate that. Now there's two ways you could do it. The one normal way we've been doing it, by going into like edit here, and then blah blah blah, you know, add from file kind of thing. But there's actually an easier way to do this. So what we're gonna do is click on data right here, data. Then we're gonna go down to Nemesis Engine. Let's expand that, scroll down, and right here where it says Nemesis Unlimited Behavior Engine.exe, right there, right click on it, and then click add as executable. And it's gonna name it automatically for us, and then hit OK. And then what happened? It automatically did it for us. And I prefer to do it that way for obvious reasons. Clean that up. Immersive animations. This adds new optional animations and refines vanilla animations for players who appreciate the overall feel of vanilla style. And let's download the files. Mod Manager download. Let's expand that full mod. Okay. And let's just widen this up. Okay. So, main files, main module, and sneaking. And then optional files, we want strafe, great sword sprint, we want dual sword wield, swords on back, we want dual axe wield, dual dagger wield, dual mace wield, and rogue stab, and then install it. And that is done. Next, 360 movement behavior. Face any direction when you idle, jump, move, and swim, with weapons sheathed, that is. So let's download that. And to get a better idea what this does, just look at the little handy dandy GIF here. Okay, he's not moving. How dare you embarrass me like this? Well, anyways, trust me, it's pretty cool. Just makes it so that when your weapons when your weapons are sheathed and you're in third person, you run towards the camera, you can actually see your face, or rather, you can actually run towards the camera. Okay. Activate. Blocking Animation Pack, SSE. This mod is a blocking animation replacement for Greatsword, Battle Axe, Warhammer, One-Handed, and Dual Wield. The animations make it look like attacks are deflected by the equipped weapon, pushing it aside to the left or right. Sounds good. So let's download it. Main file, download it. And let's install it. Okay. And then next is Dual Wield Improved Animation SSE. This mod improves the dual wield animation to be more fluid and actually used offhand in a more non-passive way, even when swinging only one weapon. Also applies proper animations for the dual wield parry mod. So let's download it. And then install it. Alright. Okay, no spinning death animation simply removes the spinning around dance animation that they do before death. They will now just ragdoll when killed. Works for normal deaths and dying from a high fall. Includes death pose removal of dragons, Falmer, and Reiklings. Let's download it. And we want this one, no spinning death animation merged. Install. Okay. CBPC, CBP, physics with collision for SSE and VR. This mod is a basic breast, butt, and belly bounce driven by a simple physics model. So let's download it. And we're gonna download the main file. Download. And there's a full mod. So double click. We want the Skyrim Special Edition version. Next. We want the very first one, SSE 1.5.97, SKSE 64, blah blah blah. Next. And for this we want UNPB. Right there. And then next, install Gravity config and then install it. And then there is a really quick config tweak that we're going to do. So that's right click on CBPC, open it. We're going to go into SKSE, we're going to plugins, and then look for a CBP collision config.txt. That would be that one right there. Double click it, and we're going to look for belly bulge. Belly bulge is set to 1. We want it to be 0. Okay, then save it and exit. All right, close that window, and now we're done with that mod. Immersive CBP config. This mod tweaks the bounce as CBP to be more realistic and immersive. So let's download that. Yeah, we gotta have those proper physics for this game. For immersion, of course. Okay. Activate. Alright, XP32 Maximum Skeleton Special Edition. This mod is a multi-purpose skeleton for animation that provides maximum compatibility between mods. So let's download that. Mod manager download, download. Let's open up that full mod. Ooh, that's itty bitty. Let's right click on it, click on view image. Much better. Double click here. So the first option, the mesh is already selected for us. We got the physics extensions that we wanted. And basically, we're not really choosing anything different here. So we do want race menu, keep that, click next. And we're not making any changes here. So just next, next, next. And I'm gonna just open this up. Next, for Schlong's of Skyrim, because this defaults to Schlong's of Skyrim here. We don't want that, so click none. Next, don't select anything. Okay, for Enderall, no, don't select anything. Install. So basically, don't select anything. Activate. And in your browser, click back. Okay, let us collapse that. Now, Savage Skyrim. Savage Skyrim gives a more realistic and believable feel to its creatures, while also providing the player new challenges and hazards to avoid or overcome. This mod is meant to give the player the feeling that every vanilla creature has actual weight and mass, while also providing a new challenging world to survive in. So, let's download it. Okay, and there's some things we want to delete or just not install at all. So, we're going to do it the way I like to do it, which is after you double click on that, click on manual. We want to uncheck textures, and we want to uncheck the ESP. We want to go into the meshes folder. We want to go into the actors folder, and we want to uncheck Atchnok Flame and click OK. Alright, activate it. Clean this mess up. Then Supreme Vampire Lords. A must-have mod for vampire lovers. This mod not only enlarges the wings of vampire lords, but also makes new subtle enhancements to the upper torso, along with fixing the ridiculous leg clipping animation when the wings flap as a bonus. Excellent. Alright. And which version do we want? We want the XP32 version. This one. Neat. Okay, let's install it. Okay, Wicked Werewolves, a must-have for lycanthrope lovers. This mod transforms the cartoon proportions of the vanilla werewolves to a creepier and more realistic proportioned man-beast by replacing the vanilla skeleton with a custom one. Alright, and I believe this is XP32 version, yes? Yes. Download. Alright, let's install it. Alright, so how long is the next section? Okay, not too long. We're going to move on to the next section, guys. Alright, skin and body. Let's create that separator. Right click, copy, click on the 3 dots, create separator, paste. Okay. Vitruvia, skin texture overhaul for males. This mod adds new detailed body and face textures for males. We want a main file and an optional file. Install as Vitruvia skin texture overhaul for males. Okay, let's download it. The main file. Okay, so that's not this one, the first one. And we want, yeah, we want the optional file, this one. And that's a manual download. Download it, save it. And this note here is basically telling you to merge the optional file into the main file. So this is how we're going to do it. It says so right here. Make sure to merge the main file and optional files together into a single mod with Mod Organizer. And then we're going to delete the Forsworn folder after that. So first of all, double click here. Expand the faux mod. Stretch this out. Okay, we want the core files, good. We want the 4K version. And we want the nude cut. Next. The hair and scars, we don't want anything. Hair and scars 4K, we don't want anything here. Next, and then well, before we click install, let's go ahead and highlight this and copy. I'm going to copy that name, then install. Okay, now let's install that optional file. Fix for broken Forsworn boot meshes. So, and we're going to paste the name that we just copied. And then OK, and click merge. Now let's delete that Forsworn folder in the meshes. So right click on there, click open and explore, go into meshes, then close, and then Forsworn folder we want to delete. Whoops, I created a shortcut. Don't make a shortcut. Forsworn, delete. All right. Next up, Bijin Skin, UNP, and CBBE SE. Bijin Skin, UNP, and CBB is a highly detailed female skin texture set for these bodies. Okay, let's install the UNP version. UNP. Let's open up that full mod. I can't see that. That is tiny. View image. Right click, view image. All right, double click here. We want the 4K shaved version. Ah, geez. Now I gotta censor something. Great. Next. We want body normal maps 4K default. Next. Head diffuse 4K default. Next. Bijin skin, Nord head normal map. Keep the default. Hey, this is vampire head fix. It's out of order. Okay, so for vampire head, this is head diffuse. Oh, it's right here. Just getting ahead of myself, so we want the 4K default. Next. Now here's the Nord head normal map. We want to keep the default. And vampire head normal map, we want to keep as default. Next. Specular maps, we want the 4K default. Next. Bijin skin, subsurface maps, default. Next. The makeup, default. Next. Cheek type, we want the pretty one. And then install it. And then activate it. All right, click back in your browser. All right. Very nice. Cover Khajiits. This mod is a high quality retextures for Khajiits. We want to download the male version. Here's the male version. Mod matter to download. And look, it's a Skyrim special legendary edition mod. So let's install it. Cover Khajiits. Alright, feminine, Khajiit textures, gray cat and leopard. This mod has skin retexture for a Khajiit female. And we want the gray cat, leopard, UNP. It's this one. Download it. Now let's install it. Let's open up the full mod. Next. 4K res pack. That's right there. Next. We want the gray cat. Next. We want the furry version. Then install. Activate it. Now feminine, Argonian textures, chameleon and lizard. Download it. We want the UNP version. That's the second option here. Let's expand that full mod. And let's install it. So next, 4K res pack, lizard. Next, and we want the full scales. Install. Okay, Bajin skin for Bajin family. This will give the Bajin skin made by RXKX22 to all mods made by RXKX22, aka Bajin family. We want the UMP version. Second option. Alright, let's open up that full mod. Alright, do not install blank detail map. Next. Next. Okay, we want the 4K shaved pubic hair diffuse map. Next. Okay, we're gonna go open this up. Okay, first option, we want to keep the default head. Second option, we want to keep the default head. Third option, we want to keep the default head. Click next. Next again. Alright, here, all default options yet again. Next. Alright, for this one, oops. Hey Lydia, how's it going? Okay, for this, we want the 4K shaved pubic hair diffuse map. Next. Alright, all default options yet again. Next. Here we want default. Okay, just making sure because these pictures aren't matching, but I am on the right page. Okay, so default, default, and default. Next. Then here we want default and 4K shaved pubic hair diffuse map. Next. Next. Okay, we want to keep the default head diffuse map. Next. Okay, for Jordis, we want to keep default, 4K shaved pubic hair, and then for the normal map, we want to keep it default. Next. 4K shaved pubic hair diffuse map. Next. Next. Wow, so many options. Default and default again. Next. Next. We want default, default, and default. And then install it. Shoo! That was a journey. And then finally, UNP Blessed Body SE. This mod provides females with a UNPB body. Very good. I believe it's the first option. And it is. Okay, let's open up that full mod. Okay, we want, for this option, it says static RTBBB. Doesn't quite match up, does it? But it's the second option. Next, we want the nude version. Install. Okay, that concludes this video, guys. In the next video, we are going to move on to NPC and behavior. Well done, well done. I applaud your tenacity. I'll see you guys in the next video.